UKGBC has a mission to radically improve the sustainability of the built environment by mitigating against and adapting to climate change. The UK urgently needs to decarbonise its built environment, which influences 42% and has direct control over 25% of our total greenhouse gas emissions. At COP26, UKGBC launched the Whole Life Carbon Roadmap, a common vision and agreed actions for achieving net zero carbon in the construction, operation and demolition of buildings and infrastructure in the UK. This includes a science-based carbon trajectory to achieve net zero carbon by 2050, and 5 key priorities which government and industry need to support and implement across the sector in order to deliver net zero for the built environment. One of the key priorities is national infrastructure investment based on the net emissions impact, essentially decarbonising infrastructure. Whilst only accounting for 6% of total UK built environment emissions, this sector is linked to broader emissions, for example from transport or energy. As a result, decarbonising the infrastructure sector requires systems thinking, balancing the embodied and operational carbon impacts with the full emissions impact in other sectors. This is vital as the net zero trajectory anticipates increases in all infrastructure categories, leading to increases in embodied carbon. However, this is linked to the wider net zero transition, for example electricity infrastructure that is crucial to decarbonising buildings. Overall, a 100% increase in annual infrastructure investment is anticipated from 2018 to 2050 through increased investment in the electricity and rail sectors. To ensure that this new infrastructure is in line with our net zero goals, we need central government to ensure the decarbonisation of all infrastructure systems, starting with mandating the PAS 2080 standard across all infrastructure projects. Industrial decarbonisation through energy efficiency and fuel switching measures, as well as the use of technologies such as carbon capture and storage and hydrogen. Carbon pricing to aid industrial decarbonisation via schemes such as the UK Emissions Trading Scheme and the incorporation of carbon accounting into the National Planning Policy Framework to ensure net zero is included in all aspects of planning policy. Local authorities can have a significant influence on larger regeneration projects and can help to decarbonise infrastructure by introducing planning policy to ensure whole-life carbon impacts of infrastructure projects are quantified at planning stage, include whole-life carbon and climate impacts within financial appraisal assessments, introduce policies via local plans or transport plans to support walking, cycling and public transport, whilst industry should focus on including carbon reduction targets and reporting commitments explicitly in all procurement documents, improve data sharing and commit to using an agreed industry-wide set of carbon emission factors for construction products and building materials, developing strategies for reducing operational carbon, and implementing skills and training plans to improve carbon literacy across all staff. Whilst national infrastructure investment based on the net emissions impact is a critical component to focus on, there are 4 other key priority areas. Look out for our other videos exploring each of these key priorities in more detail. To find out more about the roadmap, please visit our website.